Well, pollution from the Turkey Point nuclear power station was topic one this morning at County Hall. That's where top brass from Florida Power and Light try to persuade Miami-Dade County's mayor that it has things under control. NBC6 investigator Tony Pipitone was there. He joins us live in studio with the update for us tonight. Tony.
Yeah, the president of FPL and 4 vice presidents met with Mayor Carlos Jimenez in private for about 90 minutes this morning. This after, as we reported last week, the county found water from the plant's cooling canals is reaching Biscayne Bay. For a moment, it seemed FPL's executive suite had relocated to 29 stories above downtown Miami, as 5 top executives met behind closed doors with County Mayor Carlos Jimenez. When it was over, the company was not cited for violating environmental standards.
Did you issue a notice of violation?
No, not at this meeting. We discussed actually solutions to some of the things that we found.
Things like excessive nutrient levels in Biscayne Bay at the plant's edge, connected to the plant by the telltale signs of tritium, a byproduct of the plant now found in Biscayne Bay, though at levels far below the minimum allowed by the EPA for even drinking water, a point FPL's president emphasizes.
Nobody is dipping their glass into Biscayne Bay and drinking the water, but if you did, it would be perfectly safe.
It's the salt and nutrients that concern the county.
We're going to look and see whether their solutions are the ones that are adequate to protect the life and well-being and safety of the residents of Miami-Dade County.
There's no direct surface connection between the bay and the cooling canal system, the water needed to cool FPL's 2 reactors at Turkey Point. The problem is groundwater moves back and forth between the 2 bodies of water.
We think they are impacting Biscayne Bay. We don't know to what levels.
The executives assured Jimenez today they would quickly address the high levels of nutrients found in the bay's tidal waters.
There is ammonia that comes from decomposition of plant life and material, and clearly that showed up in some of the monitoring wells. We're not happy about that, and we are actively addressing that to make sure that...
But critics of FPL's Turkey Point operation say if the county and state do not cite FPL for violating the environmental laws, not much will change. A state judge already found Governor Rick Scott's environmental regulators failed to enforce the law when there was clear evidence FPL was polluting the area. Now some activists say they will ask the federal government to step in. Reporting live in the studio, Tony Pipitone, NBC6 News.
Get a load of this. This is a letter that they sent out to the dishonorable Gina McCarthy. You remember the administrator that turned off the EPA monitors when the Fukushima plume was going over the United States? The exact date, 5-year anniversary of Fukushima. This was sent out to Gina McCarthy. And they're begging her for help with Turkey Point. What do you think is going to happen? To the dishonorable Gina McCarthy, the administrator of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Earlier this week, Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Jimenez released a report showing that water contaminated with radioactive material, phosphorus, ammonia, and toxic levels of salt is leaking out of cooling water canals at Turkey Point Nuclear Power Station. As it turns out, this whole canal system is an open-ended system, and there is no liner in the cooling canals. So the limestone underneath this canal system is taking in, absorbing the pollution, and underneath that limestone, fresh water reserves that's going out to the county and Homestead, and further south, Key Largo, northern part of the Keys. So they're begging them to finally put in a liner after 30 years. How much money did that save by never putting in a liner? I was also talking with some park rangers around Biscayne Bay. They have seen fish with tumors on them. The National Park Service and local officials in South Florida long ago identified the antiquated and insufficient cooling water canal system at Turkey Point as a significant environmental hazard and potential public health risk. It's being realized now, as a plume of contaminated water is not only seeping into Biscayne National Park, but is also encroaching on the drinking water supply of 3 million Floridians. Instead of accounting for the geology of South Florida and requiring the cooling canals to be lined, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has consistently led Florida Power and Light's FPL, the plant owner and subsidiary Fortune 200 company Next Year Energy, cut corners on environmental protection and safety. Recent examples include allowing cooling water in the canals to rise as high as 104 degrees and diverting water from the Everglades into the canals, depriving Biscayne Bay of critical freshwater input. I urge you to use your Clean Water Act authority to force FPL to stop discharging pollution into Biscayne Bay, and to work closely with your partners at other federal, state, and local agencies to ensure the existing damage remediated and future damages does not occur. I got news for you, Raul. Gina McCarthy is only going to put this underneath the rug. If she can turn off the EPA monitor, she ain't going to do nothing for Turkey Point.
Providing you with the knowledge to land yourself in an extremely uncomfortable conversation at a party with a very opinionated acquaintance. We now present
Coordinating with the Environmental Protection Agency and the Protective Measures team about some talking points. Come again.
Click here. Subscribe!